Economists have called on the government to work with the private sector in order to stimulate growth in the country. Stanlib chief economist Kevin Ling says South Africa's private sector is in a good financial position to stimulate growth and business confidence in the country. NNSM reporter Mpoma Toho has those details.
Statistics South Africa data shows that GDP has contracted by 1.2% year-on-year in the first quarter of 2015, and it's not looking good for the country. With the country unemployment rate at almost 27% and GDP growth down by 1.2%, one economist believes that it's time that government work closely together with the private sector if they want to stimulate growth and employment.
To get corporates to invest, expand and employ. I think if we can do that through policy initiatives, I think we'll lift the growth naturally. It's not as if we can only grow by focusing on the external environment or the international markets. Yes, they are important, but I think a bigger set of factors is how do we stimulate our domestic confidence levels and our domestic investment levels. And I think the corporate sector is in good financial shape to undertake that type of investment. It just needs better confidence levels.
Meanwhile, the CEO of South African Saving Institute says we need to convert more shoppers into savers if we need to increase the growth and stimulate saving culture in the country, as this will help to grow the country's GDP.
We need to stop shopping, start saving and investing, which grows businesses, which creates jobs, which helps the economy to grow. At the moment, we're simply spending and spending and spending as a consumption-driven economy.
With the country now seems to have dodged all possibilities of being downgraded to junk status by all three rating agencies. Stanlib chief economist Kevin Ling says government must put its expenditure under control and implement policies that encourage growth if they want to avert a downgrade in December.
The one is ensure that government finances remain under control, particularly government expenditure. Government has set certain expenditure ceilings and it needs to stick to those expenditure ceilings. And so far this year, what we understand is that they're on target, but we need to continue. The second is we've got to find a way to lift the growth rate. That doesn't mean the growth rate's going to suddenly get a lot better, but we've got to come up with policy initiatives that are encouraging of growth, particularly domestic growth in the private sector. And I think if we can implement those policy changes by the end of the year, then we can avoid a credit rating downgrade.
Meanwhile, Finance Minister Pravin Gordhan says the country needs to increase the scale of investment, both locally and internationally, to stimulate investor confidence and create more jobs. He urged business sector and union to work together with government to boost efforts to attract more investment in the country. Mpoma Toho, NN7, Johannesburg.